Something big is brewing in Chicago, and it starts on the ground. The Bears are no longer waiting for destiny. They're about to bulldoze their way through it. All eyes are on a bold draft maneuver that could bring Boise State's electric runner to the Windy City. But wait, that's not all. There's another name flashing across the headlines: Breece Hall. Yes, that Breece Hall. Let's break this down. The Bears' run game in 2024 was like a car with a full tank but no tires. Lots of potential, very little traction. Caleb Williams carried the offense far too often, and the burden became obvious. Now, change is on the horizon. Rumors are flying that Chicago is eyeing a leap from pick 10 to 5 in the upcoming draft. The target? Ashton Ginty, a human highlight reel who exploded in 2024 with over 2,600 rushing yards and a staggering 29 touchdowns. That's not just good, that's video game numbers. Averaging 7 yards a carry, Ginty didn't just run, he dominated. Now imagine Ginty in the same backfield as Caleb Williams. That's not an offense, that's a cheat code. Under the guidance of Ben Johnson, a play-calling wizard fresh from energizing Detroit's attack, this combo could turn Soldier Field into a weekly fireworks display. But it won't come cheap. Trading up would likely mean coughing up some serious draft capital, possibly both second-rounders or even more. Some fans argue the Bears should stay put at 10 and grab a wideout or bolster the secondary. Valid point, considering how pass-heavy the NFC North has become. But there's a compelling counterpoint. Control the clock, pound the rock, and keep the pressure off your young quarterback. That's what a guy like Ginty offers. He keeps the defense honest and opens up the entire offense for creativity. And here's where things get even spicier. There's another route the Bears could take, trading for Jets running back Breece Hall. At just $8 million per year and only one season left on his deal, Hall could be pried loose from New York, especially with the Jets leaning toward a committee approach. Hall brings explosion, hands, and the kind of flexibility Ben Johnson loves in a dual-back system. Pairing him with DeAndre Swift would give Chicago one of the most dynamic duos in football. Sure, Swift had flashes last year, but consistency wasn't there. Hall provides a new level of threat, inside, outside, and through the air. Critics worry about the cost, likely a second or third round pick. Some say focus should be on a WR1 or shoring up the secondary. But let's not forget, teams like San Francisco dominate not just because of one or two stars, but because they strike balance. With a run game like this, defenses will have to spread out, opening massive lanes for Caleb and the passing attack. It all comes down to vision. Are the Bears assembling an offense built for fireworks or finesse? Either move, Ginty or Hall, screams aggression. And if even one of these backs suits up in navy and orange, 2025 could be the year the Bears finally run through the NFC North, not around it. While the offense is gearing up to explode, the defense might just be preparing for shock and awe. There's a trade rumor that's making the rounds, and it's not just noise, it's a potential earthquake. Reports suggest the Bears could leap from pick 10 to pick 4, striking a deal with the Giants to grab none other than Abdul Carter, the most feared pass rusher in this year's draft class. This isn't about adding depth, this is about creating chaos. Carter was an unstoppable force at Penn State last year. He racked up 12 sacks, led the FBS with 24 tackles for loss, and took home Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year honors. He's quick, aggressive, and hits like a truck. If there's one defender in this draft who can redefine a defense from day one, it's him. Pair Carter with Montez Sweat, that's a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. A tag team of relentless pressure coming from both sides of the line. That's the kind of setup that ruins game plans before the opening whistle. It's a high-stakes play, no doubt. The projected cost? Both second-rounders, though the Bears would likely recoup a late third. That's still steep. But Carter isn't just another pass rusher, he's a culture setter. Think Khalil Mack in 2018, a player who doesn't just make plays but elevates everyone around him. Last year, the Bears' defense had its moments, but it lacked consistency. It bent, it broke. It couldn't quite slam the door shut when it mattered most. Carter could be the difference between bending and bulldozing. He creates turnovers. He shortens drives. He makes life easier for the offense by keeping opposing teams off the field. Of course, fans are split. Some argue a dominant edge rusher isn't the priority with Sweat already locked in. Others want a cornerback or another offensive weapon for Caleb. Fair arguments. But here's the thing. Great defenses don't just complement an offense. They give it breathing room. With Johnson dialing up offensive fireworks, Carter could be the one keeping the scoreboard from becoming a shootout. Defense still wins championships, and the Bears may be building one that's ready to bring a title back to Chicago. Now let's talk about the spark that could ignite it all. Caleb Williams, Chicago's new face of the franchise, isn't just throwing touchdowns, he's throwing heat off the field. In a recent interview, Williams didn't mince words. He called out the past, naming former coach Matt Eberflus and his handling of last year's devastating loss to the Commanders as a disaster. The locker room, Williams said, was fuming. That buzzer-beater collapse wasn't just a loss. It was an indictment of everything wrong with the old regime. Predictable play calling, poor time management, lack of leadership, all the talent in the world, wasted on a scheme that couldn't get out of its own way. Williams didn't just air grievances. He issued a warning. Mediocrity isn't welcome anymore. Critics have been quick to pounce. Some are calling him cocky, suggesting he should focus on proving himself before throwing shade. Others are applauding the honesty and passion. Either way, one thing is clear. He's not here to play nice. He's here to win. And now, under Ben Johnson, everything changes. Johnson isn't just a coordinator. He's a quarterback whisperer. In Detroit, he took Jared Goff, a player many had written off, and made him look elite. His offensive system is designed to highlight a quarterback's strengths, mobility, vision, and decision-making, all of which align perfectly with what Caleb brings to the table. This isn't just about cleaning up the past. It's about signaling a new era. Caleb's fiery comments are a shot across the bow, letting the league know Chicago's days of being a punching bag are over. But talk is just the start. Now comes the proving ground. The NFC North is a gauntlet. The Packers are always tough. The Lions are trending upward. The Vikings, even in transition, can't be taken lightly. Williams is going to face real tests, but with Johnson's support, something he never had under the old leadership, and with a reloaded offense around him, he has a real shot to silence the doubters. This is his team now, and how he commands it, on the field and in the locker room, will define this franchise for years to come. The Bears are entering 2025 with a new swagger. Potential additions like Ashton Ginty or Breece Hall could supercharge the offense. A game wrecker like Abdul Carter on defense could flip momentum in a single play. And at the heart of it all, Caleb Williams is stepping into the spotlight with confidence and fire. It's no longer about rebuilding. It's about rising. So the question now isn't whether the Bears can compete. The question is, how far can this team go? Is this the year they reclaim the NFC North? Or maybe even aim higher? One thing's for sure, the revolution in Chicago isn't just talk anymore. It's real, and it's coming fast, and it's